So this is the last video I'm going to be putting out for the Super Bowl. Okay. Good luck on all your bets, leading up to the Super Bowl, whatever you end up taking. I'm just going to give some insight on my personal opinion. Okay. Now, you see here, this is the first half line. Okay. +3. It's very generous, especially because the game line is 4.5. You know, that's a very tough call. They're actually giving you more value to take Philadelphia, which is interesting because +3, the books stand to lose a lot of money. If they let these lines hit. Okay, they're giving you a very generous line, and people don't understand how to read these lines. So I'm going to show you right now. Very generous line at +3 here. Okay, especially with all the action that they know they're going to take on Philadelphia. Okay. Now, -125 at this sharp book, okay, this professional book. Normally, this is respected action here, but since we got this magnitude of the Super Bowl, a lot of bettors are coming in and making these wagers, okay? So it goes to a different extent now because you got more people involved, okay? So normally this would be a respected action here, but I have a feeling that a lot of public bettors are betting here. And just to confirm it, all these other public books are also getting juiced, just like this professional book, okay? So Bovada, Sports Interaction, Bet Online, all these books are public books, okay? Sports Interaction, in fact, was at 125, and then they said, screw it, we're going to move it to 2.5. So that tells you right there they're getting tons of action here on Philadelphia, and it's all public action because this is a very public book. Okay, so very public, all Philadelphia money. Okay, very lopsided game. So that explains the first half here. Now I'm going to take you to the game, and it's the same thing, 4.5. Okay, now for the game, it's 4.5, and it opened at 4.5. Some books had it at 6, but those were mostly public books, not professional books. Okay, here it opened at 4.5, and I use this book as a guideline. Okay, Bet Chris. I believe this is one of the most professional books out there. Okay, so I use this one as a guideline for my openers to find out where these games opened at. Okay, so this opened at 4.5. Now it didn't see any movement. It might have moved down half a point, which is nothing. Okay, and it's still at 4.5. Okay, so they have not moved the line. So that tells you right there that none of these books are respecting the action. Okay, none of them are respecting the action on Philadelphia that's coming in. If this game line goes down to 3.5 by tomorrow, which I really doubt, then we'd have something there. But since there's nobody moving this line any significant amount, okay, and there hasn't really been any type of history where this line has been dropping, okay, then we would see something if that were the case. But they're just not respecting this action that's coming in on Philly, and that's the way I'm reading this game. Okay, now I've done this over and over again, and that is what I'm seeing in this matchup. Okay, so just some interesting props just to just to show you some things that I looked at. Okay, this one right here, I usually don't mess with props, but these are some interesting ones, just correlating with the game line. Time of first New England Patriots score. Okay, so another thing to point out, the Patriots do not score in the first quarter. Okay, in their last 7 Super Bowl appearances, they have not scored in the first quarter. Okay, so this wouldn't be a terrible bet. Okay, under 7.5 minutes, time of first New England Patriots score. This would not be a terrible play. There's some value there. I'm not going to make a prediction on this and say take this, but this is not a terrible bet at under 7.5 because of the fact that they've never done it before. They've never scored. Okay, so there's some value there. just something else. Just something. Let's go to Super Bowl main props. I'm going to show you something interesting here. Okay, so another thing to point out is New England, every game that they've been involved in, another reason why people are taking the dog here, Philadelphia, is because of the fact that there's a big trend on Philadelphia or on New England that when they come into Super Bowls, most of their games have, ended in 3 points. I believe it's a 3.7 margin either way that their games have been decided in. Okay, so 3.7 margin. So something that I thought was interesting is either team to win by exactly 3 or 7 points, either team to win by exactly 3 or 7 points. So New England, any New England game in their last 7 appearances have ended in a 3.7 margin, and they're willing to pay you plus 310 and plus 425 to take yes. Okay, so that's something to take into account there. Seems a little off to me. Okay, they're willing to pay out all this money, for something that we already know, where New England can win by 3 points and they'll pay you 310 and 425. Okay, their average margin is a 3.7 victory or loss. Okay, and you can get this at plus 310, either team to win by exactly 3 or 7 points. All right, so that's interesting right there. My personal opinion, I feel like this is going to be either a blowout, number one, Patriots in a blowout, or somebody's going to win by 1 or 2 points. Either Philly or New England Patriots. That's my personal opinion. Okay, very interesting props here. Another thing I wanted to show you was, let's see. That's interesting here too. Time of first score for Philly and New England. Time of first score under 9.5 minutes, under 8.5 minutes. They're scared because they're making you pay all this money to take this under 8.5 and 9.5. So the chances of them scoring under 9.5 and 8.5 is very high. Okay, that's interesting there, especially since New England has never scored before. Okay, I would not bet these. This is too much juice. Too much to give away here, but that is very interesting that they're making you pay all that money to take that. Okay, something you would probably look at here for some value is maybe under 7.5 minutes time of first score between Philly and New England, or under 6.5 minutes. So yeah, those are very interesting props there. But remember, guys, the real value is things that are hidden or unseen. Okay? Don't forget, that's where the real value comes. Okay? We already know that the average margin of victory is a 3.7. Okay? When Patriots play, we already know that they don't score in the first quarter. All right? So just let that sink in a little bit. And remember, the real value are things that people don't know, the things that are hidden and unseen. All right? So I'm going to leave you with this video. Like I said, good luck on all your Super Bowl bets, whatever you take. And this is actually a really good video here. You should watch this before the Super Bowl if you haven't already. How the elite use sports to rule the masses. I'm going to show you a little clip of this. I'll leave the link down in the description. Jason Christoph. Very good video here.
At one geographical area or fan subsection. This is why the entire sports system is set to rotate championships through the league. Another benefit of organized sports is control. In psychology, the most feared situation a human can encounter isn't death. It's actually a lack of autonomy, which...
So, very good video. So, that's basically going to end this video right here. So, comment, rate, and subscribe. Thanks for watching my videos, and I'll see you then.